So we love getting feedback from our viewers, and thank you so much for all of the faithful, amazing followers and viewers on all of our social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of it, WNIT, PBS. One of the viewer requests we got was to make a plant-based lasagna. Guess what? I got a great recipe. It's actually my family's recipe from DiMaggio's Pizza, a restaurant up north of St. Joe. We actually just won Best Lasagna in the state of Michigan, and we do things a little bit different. So this is really takes a little bit to make and put together, but it's really simple. You're gonna start with making a meat sauce, and this is really easy. I just take some marinara. Again, you can buy the store-bought marinara. I love the Rayos. I love this brand. We love mushrooms. We put mushrooms in our lasagna, some onions, some garlic. We're gonna cook that down a little bit. We're gonna make this meat sauce, right? And then I made a plant-based vegan ricotta cheese. Now, ricotta cheese, you've got to put it in lasagna. It's so good. Now, you can buy this in the store. They do make a plant-based version of it, but I'm going to tell you, it's actually really expensive. This is one of those things where I'm going to tell you, take the time and make it at home. It's really easy. I use a little tofu, a little nutritional yeast, vegan's best friend, some garlic, onion, some parsley, some fresh basil, and you just blend it up in a food processor and you get this really flavorful, smells so good. It's got a nice creamy texture. And then we're gonna use some plant-based mozzarella shreds. I've got some plant-based some little Parmesan here. And then we're just gonna build our lasagna out. Now what you wanna do is you wanna start, and again, with the meat sauce, all plant-based products, right? You can buy those in any store right now. I used a little marinara on the bottom. I did a layer of noodles, the ricotta, the meat sauce, some shredded cheese. So we're just gonna finish that out. Now, one thing I will tell you, really important when you're making lasagna ever, make sure you do not overcook your lasagna noodles because they will get mushy and they will fall apart. You wanna cook them to al dente. I like to cook mine till they're nice and firm, where they're flopping around, you know they're done and you can maneuver them, right? And then pull them out and soak them in some cold water right away. You wanna stop that cooking process. You want these to be firm. If they're too mushy or they're gonna fall apart and they're gonna, some of these, you know, the ends are gonna fall apart and then they're just gonna get destroyed in lasagna. So we're gonna do our noodle layer. We're gonna layer down a layer of our plant-based ricotta cheese. This is so good. It's so rich and creamy. And again, it's a tofu product. We talk about tofu a lot. Some people, you know, have little mixed reviews about tofu. Again, what's great about tofu is it's a blank slate. It will take on whatever flavor profile you would like to impart on it. So if we mix it together with Italian herbs and seasonings, little nutritional yeast like that, we're gonna get a nice Italian cheesy flavor from it, right? And we're just gonna smooth this out. You don't need a lot of it. It does have a nice richness and creaminess to it. So I've already got one layer done. This lasagna, I'm just gonna do a simple 2-layer one. Now you could build a lasagna as big as you wanna make it. You can have 3- and 4-layer giant layered lasagnas if you want. I'm just gonna do a quick 2-layer one. This is nice. It doesn't need to be multiple huge layers. Just a nice thin layer of that. And again, this is all relative how you like it. If you want to use more, if you want to add more, if you want to make more of this, you can. But again, super simple. I'm going to take my meat sauce here, put a layer of that down. This is so good. If you could smell this, I wish you could. It's so good. Nice and chunky. I use the plant-based ground beef and the sausage. You want to get some of that hot sausage in there too to get a little flavor. So you've got basically a beef and a pork flavor profile. If you were making this with, you know, regular animal products, you'd use beef and pork. We're just going to use the plant-based versions. And again, I do love that product, that Beyond. Tastes just like me, I promise you. Here's the thing about this lasagna. I want you to make this. I want you to take it somewhere, and I want you to, or feed your family, feed your kids. Don't tell them it's plant-based. Don't say a word. And say, hey, how was the lasagna? Oh, Mom, so good. Dad, so good. Whoever, aunt, whatever. And then be like, yeah, you know that's all plant-based, right? What? What? Yeah, no animal products. But how can that be? I promise you they would never know. Not to be a trickster, but you know. Or you could take this to an event, to a party. What's great about lasagna too is you can make this ahead of time. Let's say you wanted to make a couple batches. You could make this, you can freeze it. Throw it in the freezer, freeze it for a couple days. You can bake it later. I'm gonna finish this off with just another layer of cheese like that there. Okay. Oh. Nice layer of cheese there. I'm gonna put one more layer of noodles on top. This is gonna go right to the top of the pan. And then what we're gonna do once we're done layering this a little bit, some of these broke up a little bit, but that's okay. We are going to just add a little more of the marinara on top. like so. Like that. Dun, 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 dun. You can spread that out a little bit. We're just building this as lasagna. So the order is, the bottom you're gonna do your marinara sauce so the noodles don't stick. Then you're gonna do a layer of noodles, the plant-based ricotta, the meat sauce, the shredded cheese, and then we're gonna finish it off with an additional top layer of the noodles, little marinara, and a little more of this plant-based cheese. I like this product too. You'll notice a lot of these plant-based products, you know, some of the controversy and some of the feedback that people have said is, well, there's a lot of artificial ingredients in there. They're using more and more natural ingredients. Those meat-based products are using avocado oil now. This is actually made with oat milk and oat cream, so it's all natural. Now, once we're done with this, we're gonna cover it with aluminum foil. We're gonna put it in the oven at 375 degrees. We're gonna bake it for about a half hour, 45 minutes, and then take the foil off for the last part of it, and I'm gonna show you why. I've got one that I just finished up in the oven, and look at this. It's gonna come out nice. You want that top to get nice and golden brown. Get that cheese nice and melted, and look at this. Look at how good that is. Oh, it smells so good. You have this gorgeous, beautiful, you feel how heavy this is too. This is gonna feed a whole family, right? And it's really not that expensive to make. All plant-based vegan lasagna. Manja manja. And remember, for those of you that know, plant-based is the way to go.